Hey guys, Jem here with another book review. Tonight I'll be doing a book review on Burned by PC and Kristen Cast. I just read all of this today and it was amazing. A 9.5 out of 10, and it is the 7th book in the House of Night series. Onto the synopsis. Things have turned black at the House of Night. Zoe Redbird's soul has been shattered. With everything she's ever stood for falling apart, it's seeming more and more doubtful that she'll be able to pull herself back together in time to rejoin her friends and set the world to rights. As the only living person who can reach her, Stark must find a way to get to her. But how? Enter BFF Stevie Ray. She wants to help Z, but she has massive problems of her own. The rogue red fledglings are acting up, and her kind of boyfriend, Dallas, is sweet but too nosy for his own good. The truth is, Stevie Ray's hiding a secret that might be the key to getting Zoe home, but also threatens to explode her whole world. And in the middle of the whole mess is Aphrodite, ex-fledgling, trust fund baby, total hag from hell, and proud of it. She's always had visions that reveal the future, but now it seems that Nyx has decided to speak through her with the goddess's own voice, whether she wants it or not. Aphrodite's loyalty can swing a lot of different ways, but right now Zoe's fate hangs in the balance. 3 girls playing with fire. If they don't watch out, everyone will get burned. Right. Again, 9.5 out of 10. It was amazing. I loved it. It's like, some parts of it made me just like fangirl. It's like, oh my gosh, I want to because I usually stop at some points when at certain points in the book they're really interesting and action packed, and I start thinking about stuff and what if I was in the book, and then starts changing little things. But it was really, really good. This one, like the last book, it changes between points of views of Stark, Zoe, Stevie Ray, Aphrodite, and all of them. As you heard, Zoe's soul was shattered, and it was because Kelowna killed Heath, snapping his neck, and he's dead. Her soul was shattered, Zoe's soul was shattered, and she lost all of her tattoos except for the, basic, just fledgling blue crescent moon on their forehead. And they had to try to find a way to get Zoe's soul back together. So, they're in Italy. They go to Scotland. Because apparently, Stark's Scottish. I just said Scotlandish. Stark is, of Scottish descent, apparently. And he had a family member of his, as a warrior or a guardian. A guardian's more, in tune and more bound to the priestess than a regular warrior. So, there's that. Aphrodite's learning how to, control her vision, sort of, when to get them. Mostly, she has to, focus on what she wants to try to see. And there's this one woman on the, Vampire High Council, Thanatos. It's Greek for death. And she is the, high priestess that accumulates with death. So they tell her everything. They trust her, which is actually a very good thing because she is a very good person. And they find out how to get Zoe's soul back. Heath is dead. He's in the other world with Zoe, and he tries to get her soul back together, but she's really stubborn, so she doesn't want to leave him there. So he moves on. Kelowna follows Zoe to the other world. So there's that going on, which is really bad. Stark was able to go to the other world too. So that's the main point of this book. Well, it's sort of a side-ish point of the book, Zoe being in the other world and all, but mostly, as you can see on the cover, that's Stevie Ray. This book was mostly about Stevie Ray and Rafame. There are a lot of, like, cute little scenes of Stevie Ray and Rafame. Dallas, the sort of boyfriend of Stevie Ray, found out about Rafame, and then he says all this shit about, Stevie Ray. How he's glad he didn't, like, do her, doesn't want sloppy seconds, all that kind of stuff. And Rafame was protecting, Stevie Ray from Dallas. Because, this one scene, they were going to, Dallas and Stevie Ray, and Rafame felt it through the imprint, so he went and stopped them. And then the darkness, with a capital D, like, took over Dallas. Dallas embraced the darkness. So he's like a bad vamp again, except he's changed. He became an adult vamp, which is like, whoa. Like, hold on a sec there. And, a little bit before that, the people at the House of Night found out that Rafame is still in town. Unfortunately, that's bad. Stevie Ray, there are these two bulls, that represented this ancient power of light and darkness, both with capital L and D. There are names, apparently. Names. The light bull is black, and the dark bull is white. It's like the whole yin-yang thing I'm thinking about now. But, she accidentally, because Aphrodite didn't tell her that the light one was supposed to be black, she called for the white bull, and that was bad. She called for darkness, into her circle. And Rafame she ended up yelling Rafame's name, and he ended up saving her. And Dallas saw Rafame and thought that Rafame was attacking Stevie Ray, which was bad. And Rafame escapes back to the museum. She summoned the light. She summoned light too, and light and darkness started fighting, and they disappeared from our dimension. Thank God, because darkness really creeps me out. But that's mostly what it was all about, like the whole Rafame and Stevie Ray thing, which I really love. Thank you, Stevie Ray and Rafame. I vote for you guys all the way. But it was mostly about Stevie Ray and her decisions in the book. But it had a little style. Even though, like, Zoe getting her soul back together was, like, a big part of, like, the entire series altogether, it was, like, more of a minor, like, thing going on in this book. So, there was that going on. That's all I have to say about this book. The next book I'm going to be reading... Oh, I read this in a day. I feel, like, so proud of myself about reading this in a day. Alright. The next book I'm going to read is called The Immortal Rules by Julie Kagawa. If you don't... Julie Kagawa is the one that made the Iron Face series, which I really need to read the second book, because I own the first book, and you guys... Some of you may have seen my book review for The Iron King. I'm going to reread that, by the way, because I don't really remember it that much when I read it, since I read it last year. It was a really good book, that's what I remember. And my very first book review on this channel, called Wicked Lovely, I will reread that too and try to find a way to... I will try to find the second book somehow. So that's all I have to really say. Again, 9.5 out of 10. House of Night series, I really recommend it. Read book 1 first. Don't read these out of order. My friend did that, and it's like, ugh. I don't know, it just irks me a little bit. But you won't even really understand anything if you read things out of order. So, that's all I have to say. I'll see you guys on my next book review, which will be in like 2 days. Around 2 days. So, later.